Bukayo Saka is proving people wrong. That's a message coming in through from the manager of Arsenal. That is none other than Mikel Arteta after his milestone yesterday when he went ahead to obviously be the youngest ever Arsenal player to clinch what we call 52 goals. Nwaneri Ethan is into the mix. We are going to discuss a lot about Nwaneri and what Arteta had to say about the character of Arsenal players ever since they returned from Dubai, where they really had a winter break. You know, in Dubai it was really a warm weather break, but this time around in UK it was really winter, and they went out to Dubai for a warm winter training break, and it really had to pay all results. Smash the like button, comment and share. Go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you to get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. Now, we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. Let's see close to 200 likes smashed in this video because it's really going to be so detailed and Arsenal fans are going to really love it. This is the Arsenal News Show, and this is how we do it. You can call me Aradi. Those are my initials, and we can continue really bringing you the best that you guys really deserve. Now, yesterday was really a very good day. Arsenal fans were all over the place because they had gone ahead to win by 6-0. Guys, 6-0. 6-0. In history, that is the hugest ever win of Arsenal away from home. At home, they've gone ahead to beat Middlesbrough 7. They've gone ahead to beat very many teams 6. But away from home, Arsenal has never gone ahead to win by 6-0. You know, they might have gone and really won it by 6-3 or what, but 6-0 win. And against their London rivals, that was really one of the hugest achievements that Arsenal went ahead to achieve and really celebrate yesterday. So, Arteta had the following to say about the man himself, that is Bukayo Saka, a man who went ahead to score a brace to take his tally to 10 in the Premier League season. He said, on Bukayo Saka's performance at that his age, in the position and consistency he shows, normally they don't go in the same line. He's proving everybody wrong and showing he can do it. What he has done today as well, I had doubts that he was going to take the penalty, all not because of what happened last season. But it shows as well how mature he is and how determined he is as well to go to the next level. So, talking about Arteta being afraid of the penalty, last season Arsenal was leading by 2-1, and I think it was around the 56th minute. Arsenal got a penalty, and if that penalty had gone ahead to go in, Arsenal would have gone ahead to lead that game by 3-1, and I think it would have been a last nail in the coffin of West Ham, that side. But Bukayo Saka went ahead to take that penalty and missed it, and Arteta was like, maybe he wouldn't like to take that penalty because of what happened last time, but he really took up the opportunity and said, I'm Bukayo Saka, I'm the penalty taker of Arsenal, I'm not gonna really get afraid. I'm gonna continue taking these penalties forever and ever. Amen. All till kingdom come. He stepped up, raised up to the occasion, and scored that beautiful penalty that gave Arsenal a very comfortable lead. And then later he scored a second one. I really think that I differ with what people think about Bukayo Saka. I really love Bukayo Saka, but I think there is some bit of he's like overrated. That is it. But I think he's a good player, but he's not an exceptional player. That is it. And proving people wrong is like Arteta trying to really take or bring or paint a scenario that Bukayo Saka is one of the best talented players in the world, all sorts of what. But I don't really take it in. I don't really take it in from Mikel Arteta. I know he has to defend his players and praise them, but Saka, all what is going to have to do is consistency in as far as goals and assists. And I've always told you that he's going to score 20 goals in the Premier League this season. He has 10, and it's proven all over the world that in the second half of the season, that's when very many goals really go in. Saka is a good player, and he hasn't gone ahead to obviously let down the trust that Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to obviously instill in him, because we've seen him being one of those players that has gone ahead to play more minutes for Arsenal ever since Mikel Arteta really showed up. So, however much he's that kind of player, he has gone ahead to take the opportunity. You know, very many players have been offered chances and they have not gone ahead to take them. You know, and the managers reach an extent and say, all right, I've given you the chance, you've not gone ahead to take it, let me give another player a chance. Trust me, if Bukayo Saka never hit the ground running under Mikel Arteta, they would have already gone ahead to get in a player playing that side. But Arsenal have gone ahead to really get backups, competitors, understudies in every position of the pitch, but they've delayed to obviously get in a player to compete with Bukayo Saka, meaning that they really trust him a lot. It's like at Man United, what Ten Hag has gone ahead to do with Bruno Fernandes, because he knows that he's not an injury-prone player. Even if he gets an injury, he will recover quickly and he will perform at levels that they want. But I think he's really doing this to back up the player as Mikel Arteta and really strengthen him and maybe prove to the people that this player that you've been always talking about that in the previous game hasn't been performing well, he has gone ahead to rise up to the occasion. And I think in the previous games, he now has like 5 goals and some assists. But remember, there was a drought of Saka when he never put in an assist, he never put in a goal, and he really looked rusty. And Arteta is like telling everyone that it's all about keeping the good player on the pitch. It's just that moment that he needs to obviously spark off. And yesterday, he really had a very good game. He had a run at every defender of West Ham. You saw him making those shots, runs off the balls, and he was really skipping past players in that game. So I think Arteta has all the right to really hail this young man because he deserves it. He has gone ahead to work for it, and he's still putting in more energy. But who is Saka proving wrong? One will say, Rokani, you are always here and you even don't believe in Saka. I believe in Saka, but I've always said he's not at the level that Arsenal people really think he is. I tell you, if Saka was that kind of player that Arsenal people think he is, last season, Arsenal would have gone ahead to win the trophy, because the games that really decided, that would have gone ahead to decide whether Arsenal wins the trophy or not, that's when he least performed. For example, the game of Liverpool, 2-2. You know, Martinelli, Jesus take the lead. First half ends 2-1 in favor of Arsenal. Now, Saka just needed one moment to really get Arsenal the winner. That is it. He didn't. When they are playing West Ham, 2-0 up, Odegaard and Gabriel Jesus score, Saka gets a penalty to make it 3-1, he fails. You get? When Arsenal was playing against Southampton, I think he's one of those people that really scored one of the goals then, because the game ended 3-3. But he needed to show us that he's a classy player to produce a moment of magic. And I tell you this, what makes Declan Rice a different kind of player at Arsenal, though he hasn't even played the season here, is the way he raises up to the occasion when Arsenal need him. That's what makes you a good player. Ronaldo and Messi, what made them great players is that every time their teams needed them, they really showcased. They really showed up. They raised up to the occasion. I want to let you know that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang at Arsenal was loved because of that. Every time Arsenal needed him, raised up to the occasion. Not until he really broke ties with Mikel Arteta. Robin van Persie the same, Thierry Henry the same, Cesc Fabregas the same, Samuel Nasri, because Saka coming to perform like that against West Ham, it's a given. That is a bare minimum. Saka's levels should be seen in games when Arsenal is really stalling. For example, when they are playing Fulham 2-1, how can he raise up to the occasion to either level up that game and save a point for Arsenal or really score a winner? I want you to understand why I think Saka hasn't gone ahead to prove people wrong. You know? In the game of Liverpool, I give him credit. He gets the first goal. That is it. And the others really go ahead to obviously do the needful. But in those games where Arsenal need him, does he raise up to the occasion? You know? That is it. For example, let me bring you a very good example. You remember the game when Man United was playing against Arsenal last season and ended 3-2 in favor of Arsenal, where Nketiah went ahead to score the winner? Now, the game was 1-1, Bukayo Saka raised up to the occasion to put Arsenal ahead. That's what I'm talking about. That Saka has to raise to the occasion in such moments. Then United leveled, and then Nketiah scored the winner. So that's what we want. That if he starts going like that, trust me, he would have gone ahead to prove people wrong. But every time the team will be needing him and doesn't rise up to the occasion, he's not gonna really go into that elite class of players. That is it. So I think for me, he hasn't proven anything wrong, because all what he's doing, those are bare minimums. Those are must-haves. Those are must-dos for Bukayo Saka. He just needs to raise up to the occasion, when Arsenal needs him. Like when they're losing 2-0 to West Ham, he needed to do something. The game of Spurs 2-2, he scores a penalty, I think he scored a penalty, if I'm not mistaken, and then his curling effort was really deflected back in the net by the guy. I think for that he really showed. But you have to go an extra mile and win your team a game. You get? So look at all the superstars in the world, what they've gone ahead to do. The Mbappes, the Messis, the Ronaldos, Zinedine Zidane, Ronaldinhos, the Kakas. What has gone ahead to make them standout players is how they act when their teams really need them. For example, look at Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne went ahead to single-handedly beat Arsenal at Emirates last season. He went ahead to beat Arsenal at Etihad last season alone. Scoring the opener in both games, and went ahead to create more 1 or 2 assists. That's what we call killing off the games. Kevin De Bruyne, when we returned, Man City was struggling by 2-1. You get? He comes in through, he scores the equalizer, and finds an assist for the winner. That's what I'm talking about. That he will always come to the party in games like those against West Ham and so on and so forth. You get? But if he doesn't really kill off the game, it won't really make sense, because those are games, all moments that really give Bukayo Saka the best, and he needs to pick up his moments. And what is going to hate to make the Messis, the Mbappes, Ronaldo special is that they choose their moments. They know today is going to be my day. For example, Arsenal going away at Man City. We need to see Saka raising up to the occasion and picking up that moment and says, this is the moment I have to give Arsenal the trophy, because he knows when he beats Man City, he either goes 3 points ahead of them or levels up with them, depending on how many points difference will be in between the two teams at the time they play. That's what we call choosing your moments. He goes to Old Trafford. He knows that they win to win the game against Man United. Can he raise up to the occasion and single-handedly go ahead and really beat Man United? Because last season, he leveled the game at Old Trafford and didn't do anything else, But this time round, he should come to Old Trafford and really get Arsenal the points they want. That is it. So, that is it for Bukayo Saka, but I really love the player, and I think he's going to really try to emulate that. And I think he's working towards that, and a lot is in his hands. That is it. After that, let's talk about the young sensational Nwaneri. Arsenal on Ethan Nwaneri, Arteta on Ethan Nwaneri's involvement. He said, there is something that you have to do in your team, and that is the trust of the teammates. And I had 2 things. One, the players on the bench whispering to bring Ethan on, which is a great thing to hear. And the other ones, your teammates want to give you the ball all the time. If they do that, it's because they really trust you, and you can only have to see how many times he was involved in that. So it was a great sign. Yeah. If you're regular on this channel, I've come out and really told or questioned Mikel Arteta's love for involving the young kids in the team of Arsenal. Man United is doing it. Manchester City is doing it. Liverpool is doing it. Chelsea is doing it. Newcastle is doing it. Brighton is doing it. But Arsenal are not. Yet they're really having quality players that can come in and really do the job. You know, sometimes you need to build players like Nwaneri. If Nwaneri was given his debut last season, we expected him to be playing more games this season. Look at what Ten Hag is going to hit at Man United. Garnacho, last season, he came in through, and this season, he is a starter in the team. Look at Kobe Menu. He made his debut last season. Pre-season, he was really integrated in the team, got an injury, and look at how he has gone ahead to become one of the most important players on the field of play in that team. Bring on, which other guy? Which other player can I talk about? So, he needs to be doing it with more and more players at Arsenal. And I think Nwaneri should be getting more playing time for Arsenal. And sometimes I worry as to why Arteta doesn't even get him into the match squad. You know, sometimes you get him on the bench to be there, and then he'll find himself there. So the big deficit that Arteta is having at Arsenal is getting the youngsters in the team of Arsenal, because he has gone ahead to buy very well. The players gone ahead to get from away, and then he integrated in the team, and they're really doing great wonders at the club of Arsenal. But right now, Nwaneri should be getting onto the field of play, provided he has told us that even his fellow players trust him on the ball, and when he got on the field of play, they got him on the ball a lot, and every player was looking out for him to see if they create something for him, and Nwaneri really looked magnificent. So he should be getting more and more playing time at the side of Arsenal, as they really get in loads of chances. So I think for Nwaneri, sensational player, and it's all about Mikel Arteta trust him. That is, like he did with Bukayo, Saka, Martinelli. We want to see him do it on Nwaneri, because Nwaneri is a player who can play on the left. He can play as a right forward, left forward. He can lead the line. He can also play as a central attack midfielder. So I think it's high time he really got him going. Lastly, he had something to say about the character of Arsenal players. That is Mikel Arteta, and this was his input. He said, "Yeah, absolutely, but I'm not surprised by the way they train every single day. It's true, we are missing some big players for us and some big starters. But at the end, players need possibilities and chances to judge them. And certainly today, we can judge them and say how good they are." So, they really put in a very huge shift yesterday. That is it. And talking about the big players they've been missing, Jorginho, they missed Julian Timber, Zinchenko, Tomiyasu, Thomas Partey, Gabriel Jesus. They missed close to 6 players. You get? 6 players. That's what they went ahead to miss. And missing them is really one of those moments that will never end, not until they obviously really get back. But I really understand they are soon really getting back. And by the time they play in the Champions League away in FC Porto, Arsenal will be having their full squad. But I think ever since they returned from Dubai, they've gone ahead to put in a very huge performance. And beating Liverpool, then you beat this side of West Ham, is really a message, or a title-winning message, to the 2 teams ahead of Arsenal, that is Man City and Liverpool. Your reactions to Saka proving people wrong are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Nwaneri being hailed by Mikel Arteta, and the character of Arsenal players as they took down the team of West Ham 6-0? That was an annihilation. They were hammered to pulps, and guess what? Till now, they are still feeling the pain. It's onto the bone marrow. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. Rokani David is my name. We out. Bye-bye.